I hope this is all, yeah, I don't have one of those fancy flip-up screens, and so I have a mirror set behind this so I can make sure that I'm in screen, and I don't have to hold this the whole time. So, the last video that I made, I let you guys know that we lost our little boy at 24 weeks, and we named him Benjamin. It's actually a name that we have been wanting to use for our next son for like many years. But we knew that this was his name, and we knew that this was who he was. So anyway, so I kind of wanted, I'm more in a private place now. I'm downstairs in my basement. I'm sitting on my beanbag. I've got this really big teddy bear next to me. I don't know if you can see him. Kate, you can, okay, really big teddy bear. I can't even move him. He's so big. A funny story though. So my aunt thought it would be hilarious to send my sister and I this really big teddy bear, and it showed up at my sister's door, and I'm like telling you, this is taller than me, bigger than me, like it is massive. And it's joint custody is what this arrangement is. She had the bear for, I don't know, like a month and a half, until after her daughter's birthday, and now it is our turn. So he is in our basement. I'm petting him as we speak. I'm not sure what name we ended up naming him. Anyway, I'm totally going off subject here, but we love our bear, and I'm pretty sure we get to give him up in a couple weeks again. Not give him up, sorry. He's shared custody. We love our bear. Anyway, so it's a back and forth love, hate, whatever relationship. But it's been fun, and the kids have thought it was hilarious. And my aunt is hilarious for sending us this humongous bear. Anyway, okay, back on track. But, I'm in a private spot now, and I feel like I can talk a little bit more openly. Hopefully, my kids are playing upstairs, so I might get interrupted. I really don't know. All right, so let me first mention, so I've had some anxiety here and there, and over like the last couple of years. So my dad passed away a little over 2 years ago now, and very unexpected. And anxiety kind of started a little bit before that, but I don't think I really knew what it was. But over the last 2 years, I've noticed that it has gotten steadily worse. And I don't know if there's a huge correlation with things that happen and anxiety and depression. I know that there is, but I also know, I don't know how that affects hormones. Like if it can sever something in your hormonal, I don't know. I don't know if that makes sense. But then when we lost Benjamin, it was like a whole nother level. I was not functional. At all. I couldn't eat. Even taking one bite of something was like, I just couldn't. Like I knew I needed to eat. I wanted to be able to eat, but I couldn't eat. And it's funny because people talk about how depression does that to you, and I've always thought, yeah, okay, but no, like until it happens to you, like I just didn't get it. And now I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, no, now when people say they lose their appetite, like I get it. And I'm not one to lose my appetite. I've been overweight for quite a while, and my go-to is food when I'm sad or happy or whatever, like it's all over the place. Anyway, so like I get it now, and my anxiety, I was having panic attacks all the time. On a daily basis, multiple times a day, and like I literally felt like I was going crazy. I would get this really kind of hot, cold, fuzzy, prickly feeling in my head. I didn't know what that was, like, and I would get it all over my body, and I can't even describe to you how awful it was. And I know that it has to do with postpartum anxiety. You always hear about postpartum depression, but you don't hear about postpartum anxiety. At least I didn't. I don't know. Maybe you guys did. I never did. But postpartum anxiety is a real thing, and even still, I mean, it is April 1st today, and I am still kind of struggling with it. I still have a hard time with it. But I'm not as scared as I was, I guess, because now I realize that I'm not going to die. I was really, really scared that I was going to die, and what if my kids were the only ones home with me and they had to deal with that, and like all of these just awful fears. And I get now that anxiety won't kill you. It sure feels like it's going to, but it isn't going to. So in this whole big long thing, I have tried multiple things. I mean, herbs galore to help kind of calm my nervous system down, my nerves down. I have gone to therapy. Which has been really good. It's really good to talk about things, especially with someone who isn't so close in your life, where you don't feel judged or, anyway, so that has been really good. I have talked to my doctor multiple times. They have prescribed a couple different antidepressants, and I never tried those long enough because I was so scared of what they would do to me, I guess, or what's the word I'm looking for? Not reaction. You guys probably know what the word is. I can't think of it right now. But I was scared of what could happen by me taking them, because you always hear like they're good until they're not good. And that scares me. So I also know that I had thyroid problems before this. My numbers have always been off, so if your numbers are lower, and there's 3 different tests that they can do on your thyroid to know what's going on. But two of my numbers were totally normal, perfect, fine. And then one of them was low, too low, which means I have an overactive thyroid, which would be hyperthyroidism. So this whole time I'm thinking, yeah, I've got some kind of form of hyperthyroidism. I don't have the weight loss that comes with it. I don't have the more bulgy eyes that come with it. I do kind of feel jittery and like I need to slow myself down some, but that could be other things. So like, who knows? And anyway, so I had to wait. So I usually take like some kind of a fish pill supplement, and to do the thyroid uptake scan, you have to wait a whole month. Because I was taking fish oil. Like, you can't have any iodine in your system. And I guess fish oil just has that naturally. So they're like, no, stay away from it for a month and we'll do the test. So I waited. And, like, seriously, I've been suffering for months because I've had to wait for this thyroid test. The test, like, it went fine. Yeah, there wasn't any growth or nodules or anything like that. Like, I even did an ultrasound on it. Thyroid looks totally fine. Function seems fine. They said maybe there's a little something off, but not. Anyway, they sent me to an endocrinologist, or referred me to one. And before that, though, I had found a different specialist that specializes in bioidentical hormones. And so I went there because I felt better about that route than doing the normal hormone therapy. So I found this guy. In fact, it's kind of funny, and it feels a little weird to say this. So, like, months and months before I got pregnant, like, I knew my thyroid was off, and I had found this one specialist, and I wanted to go to him. Like, I knew I wanted to go to him, but then I got pregnant, and I put everything off, and then I lost the baby, and I've been going through all of this, and it's so funny. Like, I feel weird saying this because I don't know these people personally, and I know they're big on YouTube, and it just feels weird, I guess. Like, I don't know. I mean, I do like them, and I'm a fan and all that, but I don't want to be one of those weird fan crazed, oh, so-and-so said this, so I went here. But, like, anyway, let me just try to back up a little bit. So I was listening to one of Ellie and Jared's videos and listening her talk about this place that she went to and some of the experience that she had there. And when they were talking about it, was like, oh my gosh, this is the same place that I wanted to go to. So I'm from Utah as well, and anyway, I heard them talk about this person, Dr. Jones, and I was like, this is where I wanted to go, and I knew that that's where I needed to go back to. That I needed to go to this place because I heard Ellie talk about it. And I wish I could talk to her, and I thought, I don't even know how to even contact her, but I would love to personally know what her experience has been and all of that. But anyway, that's okay. Anyway, so I went to this place. I got all of my results. I did my blood test, and this whole thing has been like a big waiting game. You have to wait for results, get your blood drawn, and it's like, oh, okay. 3 months of this, over 3 months now, and technically that doesn't sound very long, but man, it feels like such a long time when you're in the middle of all of it. So anyway, I got my test back, and I can't even tell you how happy I was that I went. Sorry. Because it gave me answers that regular doctors couldn't give me. So I'm going to share with you what we found, because, you hear, at least I've been told, before you ever go to antidepressants, check your hormones. And I'm so glad that I did that. So they checked my thyroid, and my thyroid was off. And I don't have hyperthyroid, I have hypothyroidism, which makes me feel so much better, because hyperthyroidism is a little bit harder to handle or to deal with, to fix. If you have hyperthyroidism, though, don't lose hope, because there definitely is help for that. But I felt relieved that I actually knew that I had hypothyroidism, not hyper. But that number was really low. It should be on these tests anyway, and the tests vary, but so you guys know, depending on what labs and numbers and everything that you go off of, and it should be 375 on this test anyway, or more, and mine was at a 310. So, but having your thyroid off can totally cause anxiety and irritability and all these things, and brittle fingernails. I have been biting my nails so bad since all of this. I go back and forth anyway, but since all of this has happened, I have no nails. But they're, brain fog, all those things. They also check your iron to see if you're anemic, and that is also connected to your thyroid as well. And it should be 150 or higher, and mine was 29. So I'm really anemic, and that would also explain my energy level and feeling crappy. My adrenals are a little low. They're not where they should be, but they're not as bad as the others. And my cortisol was great, which is connected to your adrenal glands. And mind you, I need to put out there, obviously I'm not a doctor, okay? This is just my personal experiences and what I've been told by my doctor. So my cortisol is good, and that's connected to your adrenals. So because at least part of the adrenals was okay, I don't need to worry about that as much right now. I have bigger focuses that I should be focusing on. My fasting glucose level and my insulin levels, they're I'm pre-diabetic, and I knew that, and I know that I need to work on that. But that can also, cause some serious, mental health issues, and make it so your body is not functioning the way it should. Now, and my testosterone was a little low as well. So, but I want to talk about progesterone. Okay. Progesterone is that hormone. Yes, it can give you, if it is off, it can give you miscarriages. Yeah, miscarriages. I lost my son at 24 weeks. It can cause anxiety, panic attacks, postpartum depression, like all these things that were super severe in my life, especially in the beginning of losing my son. And now, I'm really emotional about this because progesterone, so I have 5 kids. I did not think I had a progesterone problem because I have 5 kids. Why would I have an infertility issue? But I have had 4 miscarriages since having, in the middle of having all my kids. I had one kind of early on after my 3rd child. I had one, and then after my 5 that I have now, I have had 3 miscarriages. Well, 2 miscarriages and 1 stillbirth. And I hear about people talking about progesterone and how it affects being pregnant. And I always thought, that's not me. I have 5 kids. Why would I have an infertility or a progesterone problem? I have 5 kids. That's not me. So I never thought that was a problem. But it was a big problem. So progesterone, at least on this test, should be 10 or higher. Mine was 1.5. I asked my doctor, I'm like, so if I would have been on progesterone, would I have not lost this child? And he said, no, you probably wouldn't have. Now, I believe in God, and I believe in a loving Heavenly Father. And I really believe that death is a big thing, and it's not going to happen unless it's supposed to. So, I have come to terms with that. I am really sad that it happened. Anyway, so I get the big picture, and it's okay. The doctor asked me, he's like, didn't anybody ever ask, about, did they know that you had miscarriages? I said, yeah, it's a standard question. Have you had miscarriages? He's like, they didn't think to test your progesterone. I'm like, no, nobody ever checked my progesterone. And I never thought to ask because I thought, hey, I have 5 kids. My progesterone's fine. I never thought that was the issue behind my miscarriages. Never in 1,000 years would I have guessed that because I have 5 healthy kids. But things change and hormones get out of whack, and my doctor, he's like, I don't even want to know the name of your OB. Because they should check those things. My dog's scratching at the door. Anyway, so, it is what it is, and it's really sad, and I've had to, I thought, well, maybe my actions, because I was going to go to this doctor before I got pregnant. All these what ifs. What if I would have done that? And, you just can't live that way. You can't live off of what ifs, because what's done is done. Death is big. Death is not going to happen unless it's supposed to. Putting suicide aside, because I'm not going to go into that. But death is huge. And our Heavenly Father loves us. And there's a plan for each of us, whether it's here on earth or not. So, anyway, but I want to share this, because I don't think, especially moms that, have multiple children that may be struggling now to get pregnant. It could be progesterone. Just because you have multiple children does not mean you don't have an issue. And all of these things that are totally off, they all add to anxiety and depression and now, I've only been on bioidentical hormones. Today's my 4th day, so I can't tell you how I'm I can't tell you how it's going yet. I just don't know. But I will let you guys know, so follow along, and I will kind of keep you guys updated on this whole journey. And as silly as it sounds, because I don't know them personally, I'm really grateful that Ellie shared her story, because it brought me back to this doctor that I wanted to originally go to, and it's been good for me to see her doing so much better. It's given me hope. So, yeah, and on the bright side, I've lost like 35 pounds. So that's good. That makes me feel better. And I've been staying away from, I actually had some junk food yesterday, but I've done really good with my eating because I've been so afraid that it'll add to my anxiety that I've just tried to eat really clean. And of course, losing baby weight, all of that stuff helps too. But, you know, I hadn't gained anything yet. So, yeah, so I've lost weight, which is awesome. Yeah, like I'm almost back into the 180s, which I haven't been in a really long time. But, yeah, I'm really excited about that. I was like 226. I think I was a little higher than that when I was pregnant. I mean, I think I put on just like a couple pounds. I do pretty well when I'm pregnant, not putting on a lot of weight. So I've lost quite a bit, which I'm so thrilled about. You know, silver lining and everything, right? If I have to go through this, it's great that I'm losing weight. So I'll take that. I'll take that as a plus. Anyway, so that's it's kind of a long story. I'm really sorry, but I will keep you guys updated. Follow along, subscribe, and yeah, that's about it. Post below if you have questions or anything that you guys would like to share. Yeah, okay. I will talk to you guys later. Thanks for listening and hearing me blub and cry and all that stuff. So, okay, talk to you guys later. Bye.